For more, we turn to Rushan Abbas, who has a sister actually in the internments. What a very sad, sad situation, a very sad story. Surprising in 2019 that we are seeing this still happening in our world today. You and your sister, Rushan Abbas, are from this Muslim minority. Your sister has been detained in one of these camps in the Xinjiang region of China, where this is where the majority of these Muslims do reside. First of all, how is she doing?
We don't know anything about how she's doing or where she's being held. She just seems like disappeared in this black hole ever since she was taken on September 11th, 2018.
2018 September. So this year, just a few months ago, she was taken, and you don't have any contact with her.
No.
And when you say taken, how does this happen? A lot of people are questioning, how can someone just be taken and never heard from again?
What happened is I was one of the panelist speakers at the Hudson Institute, which is a conservative think tank here in Washington, D.C. Talked about the conditions of the camps and also my in-laws who disappeared since 2017, spring of 2017. And I talked about those concentration camps and the conditions and the human rights abuse in East Turkestan. Then 6 days later, my sister just disappeared on September 11th, 6 days after I spoke.
Do you think she is in one of these camps? Do you have any sort of sign to think that she's there now, or do you fear even worse than even this?
Well, I hope that she is alive in one of these camps. I don't want to think the worst, but I stayed quiet for about 1 month for her to come home. It didn't work. We didn't hear anything about her, where she is, what kind of conditions she's being held. So I have been very vocal about this, talking about my sister, talking about the human rights abuse and the situation, the concentration camps. And I'm not going to stop until she comes home safe.
You must feel like the only thing you have right now, your strongest tool, is your voice. And I thank you for using that. It takes courage to do, especially when you're probably in a lot of pain. But the question, have you been able to get any help from the government? Is anybody able for you to contact, whether it be in that region or here in the United States, that are willing to go over there and help you try to find your sister?
I am meeting with the U.S. government and trying to raise this issue. But it's not about the United States or U.S. government. It's about the whole world community should pay attention. The world community should try to stop this horrendous atrocity the Chinese government is doing. This is a crime against humanity. This is what's happening in 21st century in 2019, as you mentioned earlier. Just like in Soviet Gulag back in the years, as in the Soviet Gulag, one nation, one ethnicity was being targeted. Now the Uyghur people are being targeted. I think most of these people are there only because of their religious background and their ethnicity, being Uyghur. Other than that, they are all innocent. I know my sister is innocent. She's a medical doctor. The Chinese government tried to deny at the beginning those camps are not exist. Then they said those are the re-education centers. Then now they are saying it's vocational training centers. My sister was a doctor. She was a medical doctor.
She's had education to be a doctor. She's
Yes.
trained. That's a vocation, a very much needed vocation, regardless of the country. Mm-hmm. And so they justified that she would be there under those two conditions. Have you been in one of these camps, or what are you hearing? What are these camps like? What are some of the things that it feels like to be on the inside that the residents are having to deal with?
We have witnesses, former detainees who are being released and lucky enough to be able to arrive in the United States. Mihrgul Tursun, she testified several times. And also some Kazakh and the Kyrgyz citizens who were being detained over there in East Turkestan, and then they were being released because of their citizenship. And now they are coming forward and talking about the conditions of the camps.
What are they like? I imagine it's not like a normal dorm.
Well, it's worse than the jail, or it's worse than the detention centers. Overcrowded rooms, being monitored 24 hours, forced indoctrination, malnutrition. They are not getting enough food. One of the former detainee testifies 600 calories a day being fed and not enough water, so they are getting dehydrated, forcefully given some unknown medicines. And also the sanitation is extremely poor. And we are hearing people are dying. Nobody is being released. None of the Uyghurs are being released. We don't hear anybody coming out of those camps, except, other than some of them are dying. We are getting some news. And also, we have heard that there are crematoria being built next to those camps. So we really worry for the worst.
Are these men, women, children? Do we know what age range are we looking at? Is it all? Are these families, or just what do we know about the makeup of those that are being taken?
Well, very sadly, the young children are taken to orphanages. We have news accounts. There are over 500,000 children are in orphanages because their parents are taken to the concentration camps. Also, they have relatives or grandparents to take care of them, but still they were forcefully taken to orphanages. And in the camps, we know one case, 82 years old religious scholar, Muhammad Saleh Haji, who translated Quran per Chinese government's request. He was in those camps, one of these camps, and he died in the camp. He's 82 years old. Now we have professors, intellectuals, writers, poets, 80 years old, 82 years old, 85 years old, retired professors, retired doctors. They are taken.
Our prayers are with you. If there was one thing you could say to your sister right now, if she was watching this, what would you say?
I'm going to say, stay strong. I'm going to keep talking on every opportunity I have until she's being released. She comes home safe, so just stay strong.
Prayers are with you, and we will continue to keep the spotlight on this issue. Thank you for your courage and strength.
Thank you very much for your
family.
attention.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.